Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to England. We're in Stanstead. We're going to be starting a new series. My virtual airline has decided again this year that they're going to follow the F1 series. So they're going to publish the routes and the destinations in advance of each race. So as of now, we can look at the schedule, which the next race after this one is we're in Saudi Arabia, but we don't know where we're flying yet. That'll come out later. But we've been contracted to fly support for the F1 series, so we're going to be running cargo out of Stanstead down to where the first race is next weekend. So we're heading off to Bahrain. On weekends when there is no race and we're not flying, we'll be back in the DHL A310s running cargo on those routes. But we're going to intersperse it here with the 747 freighter and do some of the F1 stuff for the VA. I think it'll be a lot of fun. One admin point before we start. I've been thinking it over for the last little while, and I've decided that any stream that's going to be longer than 4 hours, so a 3 hour plus flight time, is going to get split just into the departure and approach landing phases into two separate streams, and I'm going to cut out the cruise portion where we're just kind of sitting. It's becoming a bit much to be tied down like that to the computer, especially if we're on VATSIM for it, and just I think it gets repetitive and they become too long. So we're going to do that moving forward. Today will be one of them. So once we're up into the cruise, I'm going to split the or stop the stream, and we'll pick it up about 80 miles out from top of descent and do our briefings, and then fly the descent down into the destination airport. Of course, for those flying along, and today I think we got Nick and Kevin flying along, we'll be able to go into the Discord, links in the description, and we have a chat channel set up so we can keep in touch during the cruise portion. But today we're flying the 747-8 freighter, and the crew's been busy overnight and earlier this morning getting her ready and set up to go. And she is carrying 65 tons of cargo for the F1 series kickoff down in Bahrain. So let's get on board. We'll start getting the aircraft all set up. That's the one I want. So as I said, the crew have come in and done their bit. So we are just going to, it's been a while since I've been in this one. I think it's 8. There we go. So we're going to come in and get this thing set up and ready to go. She is fueled and loaded. So we're going to turn the battery on. I'm going to turn the external power on. Power standby switch is going to go to auto. We're going to turn the IRSs over to align, nav. There we go. IRSs are in nav mode. Hydraulic demand pumps are off. Parking brake is set. Landing gear lever is down. Flap position indicator is 0. And agreed. Fuel control switches for all 4 engines are off. Anti-ice is... Just got to remember where everything is now. Oop. That one. Anti-ice is all off. Oxygen is checked. Emergency exit lights are armed. Do a altimeter check. We'll get the weather. Thing to remember, this is the default 747 with the salty mod in it. So there will be things that do not work. I cannot wait until we get a proper PMDG 747 or something like it into the stream. All right, so here is the current weather. Winds are 050 at 11, so we're going to be using runway 04. We're going off on the Klaxon, I think it's the 5 Sierra departure, which has some restrictions, which we'll talk about shortly. And a few broken clouds at 4,700 feet at 7 degrees and 1029 for the barrel. So we'll dial that in. Oh, we'll switch that over to HPA. 1029. Is set. And we now come down to the FMS. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Let's return options. Just checking fuel and payload are all done. All right, into the FMC we go. So our database is updated February 23rd to March 22nd, 2003. That's active. Engine models are good, 747-800. And we are all good there. We'll go to our position. So we're going to grab our GPS position, set it in. Aircraft is now set with where we are located. We're going to come over to the route. We're going to request our route. Route's ready. We're loaded in. EGSS Stanstead to Echo Bravo Bravo India, which is Bahrain. We are flying Skyways 5556 is set. It doesn't want to alternate, but that's fine. We'll activate and execute that. And there's the route. And looking good. So we come into our departure and arrivals. We're EGSS departure. We're going off on runway 04. It's the Klaxon 5 Sierra departure. We'll execute that. Come back over for our arrival. Winds currently down in Bahrain are 060 at 13. Planning the ILS for runway 12 left. ILS 12 left, and we're going in on the Kobach 1 arrival. We are not going to transition at BHR, that is the Bahrain VOR on the field, so we're not going to fly over the field. We're just going to do the arrival into the approach. So we'll execute that, and that is set. So if we go over to our legs, go into plan mode. We'll zoom out a bit. Obviously, it's not letting us go into plan mode at the moment. We'll just wait for we got about a 1 minute left on alignment. And then we'll carry on. I'm looking at that, but while we're doing that, let's pull up our route. This isn't working, but we'll just look that way. Let me grab our sim brief. So we're currently sitting here at on the large cargo apron here at Stanstead. We're going to taxi out off the apron on Alpha down to a hotel. We're going to take hotel all the way down to the end at Hotel 1. And we're going to take off on runway 04. We're then going to fly the Klaxon 5 Sierra departure. Klaxon 5 Sierra departure has us taking off, making a right-hand turn. We have a 4,000 foot limit. until we reach D21 CLN. Then we can go to 5,000 feet and then 6,000 feet, which will hold all the way out to the Clacton. I keep saying Claxon, but it's Clacton VOR. Once we're through 6,000 feet, there's no ATC online. We're on multiplayer, so we'll be able to climb to our cruise flight level from there. We do have a step climb in here. We're going to be heading up to a initial altitude of flight level 350, and then we'll be stepping up to 370 partway through the flight, and that'll be our final altitude as we head out. So we can come out and take a look at our route. We're going to come out to the Clacton VOR, make a right turn down towards the tip here of Kent, and then at Margate. Now we're going to head over the channel, coming ashore over Belgium. We're going to fly down, as you can see, over Germany, Austria, down over the end of the Alps, cutting down across north of Turkey, all the way down over Saudi Arabia and all that stuff, down to the Gulf, and then into Bahrain, of course, which is an island down here in the Persian Gulf. And you can see the arrival here. Hey, Dark, how are you doing? See the arrival. We're going to come down, make the dog leg here, come up, turn for the intercept on the ILS, and then we'll be landing. And once down, we're going to, on 1-2 left, we're going to taxi down, back up on the taxiway Zulu, all the way up here, and we're going up to the cargo aprons, which are up here at the northwest end. And we'll be parking somewhere in here on the cargo apron, C4, C5 area up here. So that is our planned flight for today. And as I mentioned, once we're established up in the cruise, hey Kevin, once we're in the cruise and everything is set, we will be ending the stream until we are ready to do our briefing for descent, at which point we will restart the stream. Oh, you're frozen? Oh no. Are you frozen as in your computer's frozen, or are you just cold? You could say you're frozen over here, and I'd believe it, because it is like minus, what's the temperature out here today? It's been cold and snowy, although it's kind of sunny today. Oh, it's 1 degree. Yay. Alright, let's come back over here. We can check our... We're going to get rid of this for now. So bring up our legs again. We're going to take off. There's the takeoff. We're going to make the arc down. Fly out towards Clacton. There we are, down, heading out. Let's kick that range up one more notch. It's looking all good. As we drop down, see all the legs we got. There's the disconnect that we have coming on from the route to the arrival. So what we're just going to do is that, and that connects us. I'm going to come in there, and we'll come down. And we're going to step down. We're going to have another disconnect for the vectors there, as you can see. But we're going to grab that one and put it there over the vectors. And that'll connect us up. And there is our route. You're cold. Well, we had minus 24s overnight last weekend. It's not as bad this weekend, but we had another big snowstorm the other day, so it's very white outside, and when you get some bright sunshine, it's a little bit overwhelming. Anyway, that's our route in, and we're all good there. Everything is looking fantastic. So our position information is all set. We put in our performance. Shorts and t-shirt if you came down south, yeah. Alright, let's get back over to my summary page. And I think this was 4, yeah. So, fuel reserves for today's rate are 4.6 tons. We'll put that in. Cruise altitude, as mentioned, our initial cruise is 350. Cost index is 90. I believe it's 90. Let me just go up and check. It is 90. And that is all set. We can go into our thrust limits. We're going to do a full, there we go. Full TO, non-restricted, and climb, and we can come to our takeoff information. So it's going to be a flaps 5 departure, or sorry, flaps 10 departure. They always want flaps 10. There's our center of gravity. And our takeoff weights of 141, 156, and a V2 of 174. So that's set. I can't split. That's fine. There's our total fuel. Fuel is good. We have no fuel in the center to stab, so we don't have to worry about turning those tanks on. Go back over to map mode. All right. So we are all programmed in. So we'll go to hydraulic demand pumps. Our good fuel load is checked. Fuel pumps. Bring all the fuel pumps on. Again, we don't need the inboards here because we don't have fuel in those tanks. We are empty and empty. I'm going to start up the APU now. So we're drawing fuel off of fuel pump there. There's the APU starting up. Backhouse. Welcome to the stream. Beautiful spring day in Belfast. Interesting. Yeah, a little bit warmer here where I am than normal, but still fairly cold. As I said, especially with all the snow and stuff out here. Alright, so we're up on that. APU engine bleed is on. So that is all good. Alright, so we'll get the nav lights on, we'll get the beacon lights on. Logo lights, they can stay off, it's not dark. We're all good there. So hydraulic pumps are on, fuel pumps are on, APU is on. See APU generators available. APU generators are on. External power is now off. Beacon is set to both. Doors are closed. I'll turn the seatbelt signs on, but there's nobody here. It's just the flight crew. And we are good for push and start. So, just to orientate ourselves, this is where we are. That's Nick over on the ramp over there. That's Kevin over here on this ramp. We're going to push back, go tail down the center here. Hopefully if GSX cooperates. Yeah, well, I'm in Canada, so we do cold in the winter whether we do it well or not. And it hasn't been that bad this winter, but those nights in the -20s are typical for the deep of winter here. So we're going to taxi out. We'll go by the first one here, which I believe is Alpha. We'll go to a hotel. We'll taxi down hotel to the end, and we're going to be taking off to the northeast-ish. That is the plan. So let's get the tug.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Blah, blah, blah. Prepare for pushback and departure. Give me the push. Oh, there he is, walking through the module rack there. He's walking over the stairs. Very good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All right. Let's go down and watch him do the setup here. Not sure where he's going. I think he missed the nose wheel.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
That's funny. I wonder where the tug's going to hook up. John Smith, welcome back. Hi, Sasha. This flight is 6 hours, but we're going to be splitting the stream. So once we're up in cruise, I'm going to end the stream. And then we're going to pick it up again when we are about 80 miles from top of descent. And I'll do the briefing for the descent and the landing in Bahrain. But it's about 6 hours, so there'll be about a 4-hour break between our departure stream and our arrival stream today.
Locking gear.
I didn't know there was one. I mean, he's kind of at the right place there, but it doesn't quite look good. I'll have to look that up, Dark, and check it. I'm not sure if I do. I do have it for now for the DC-6, and it looks fantastic. So I'll have to check that. So we're gonna go nose to the right, tail to the left. Multiplayer, Dark. North Europe server.
Release parking brakes.
Alright, brakes are released. Oop.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Forgot brakes
All
weren't released
engines
when I'm
clear.
outside.
Start at will.
Alright, we are good to start at will. Alright, so we are ready to go. So we're going to start with engine number 4. We have N1 rotation. Adding fuel. looks like a Cherokee just spawned on Kevin over there. Maybe he's taking him. Maybe it's like take your child to work day for him. That's supposed to be an A310. I don't know what's going on with the multiplayer model matching. Alright, it's a good start on 4. We'll start 3. And once those 2 are up and running, we'll start 1 and 2 at the same time. Oh, we're getting a good push. Should have gone to the center line though, given our size, but that is fine. That's a Concorde, I can't see anything. I'll add fuel. Engine 3's coming up.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Should hear the start out. There goes the starters, and we'll start 1 and 2 at the same time, which you can do in the 747. There's enough bleed air power that you can do it. So as you can see, we are currently going to be drawing off the main tanks until we drain them out, at which point we'll be switching over to the outer mains and drawing fuel off of them for the final little bit of the flight. And adding fuel. It doesn't look like a Concorde to me. Alright, we've got, well, I guess I could check it if I did that. Concorde. That's funny. I got flashing lights here. There's an aircraft apparently here, which I can't see. Joys of multiplayer. Alright, so all 4 engines are up and running. I did? I'm not seeing anything. And it looks like my my tug is depart. Oh, there's the tug there. Oh, he vanishes when I go to another view. Interesting. Alright, all 4 engines are now up and running. So engine bleed air can come on. APU is off. Main engine generators are on. Packs are on. Recall status is good. Reference speeds 141. V1 is set. I'm going to go to an initial climb of... Bring up my chart here, because this thing doesn't hold the way it's supposed to. We'll go into initial 4,000 foot. Heading of, let's see if I can do this a little bit faster. Not really. Initial heading is 040, but what is the actual runway heading? 042. And there are no speed restrictions, so we're going to set to 250. There we go. It's going to be a flaps 10. flaps 10 set. And in transit. Rolls. Trim is 7.4. What's 18.1. I do not know what the conversion rate to that is, so we're just going to leave it at 7.5 and let it adjust on its own. Close enough. 7.4. Flight controls: full left, full right, neutral. Full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder, neutral. Auto brake is set to RTO. Turn that off. All right, we are almost good to taxi. We're just going to come up top. Window heat is going to come on. Ooh, that's one button. There we go. All right, so Skyways 5556 heavy, taxiing 04 via the apron. What is it? Alpha Hotel, holding short Hotel 1. Oh yeah. Ground crew. Forgot about these guys once again.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
We got movement on all 4 throttles. Tug disappears. Come around the other side. Tug appears. Interesting. This time he's going to the right spot to disconnect them.
Unlocking gear.
Just waiting for him to finish up. Yeah, I will. I'm just about to taxi out. While he's unlocking the gear, I was just doing a quick check for the
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
GSX profile for the
Left is
47.
clear. Right is clear.
These guys are flashing in and out. All right, looking for dude. Oh, it looks like Concorde is pushing. All right. Can we see the boss? Oh, there he is. I guess it's such a big aircraft. It takes. Whoa. Looks like Concorde vanished. All right, show me the pin. Thumbs up. Hey, OzChev888 over on Twitch. How are you? How are you doing today? Thanks for dropping by. All right, there's the wave. We are good to go. So, manual brakes on. Parking brake is released. Taxi lights and turn off lights are on. Here we go. Oh, there's the Concorde. You just popped back in. somebody on a different weather profile. No, I'm not going to wait for Conqueror because I got no idea how long he's going to take. So we'll just taxi out. Just doing a rotation in place. I know multiplayer isn't as realistic as VATSIM, but sometimes you just want to be a little bit more relaxed when you're doing your flying. All right, I'm clear of you, Kevin. So as mentioned, winds are out of the northeast. We're heading down runway 4. This guy might be on some other weather preset. Just taking them all over the place. I don't know why this... Oh, look at that high-speed taxi we got going there. That's what you get with Spirit. You see how this taxiway is not level. And this is not on scenery too, so I don't know why it wasn't made level. Anyway, we got seawater over there in an A320 Neo, and for some reason it's not giving me a model. Well, it is what it is. V1, exactly. I don't know. Maybe the pilot's got to use the bathroom. Because look at these bumps here. That's why I never use hotel. I usually stay on Juliet. Alright, looks like Nick's coming out and Kevin is pushed. Don't know where the supersonic Cherokee is gone. Harrison Ford taxi. Yeah, that was a little embarrassing for him, considering he was the spokesperson for AOPA, the American Owners and Pilots Association, and then he goes and does that. He also crashed on a golf course. Crash landed on a golf course. Or force landed. Hey, crash landed. Force landed on a golf course. Alright, anyway, we're going right down to the end here. Hotel 1, we have 10,000 feet. Just about 1,500 feet short of 2 miles. Whoa! There goes the supersonic Cherokee. Oh, we're not in Cat 2, so we can pull right up to the main line. All right, so vital data is all checked and good. Packs are on. Cabin crew notified. We don't have cabin crew. That's fine. Flight directors are on. Auto throttle is armed. Lights are all on. Strobes are on. Wing lights are off. Logo lights are off. That's fine. Nav lights should be on both. Are they on both? Or sorry, yeah, beacons on both. Nav lights are on. Those are all on. Everything is good. Packs are on. I'll shut off the APU bleed since I turned the APUs off. Everything else is good to go. Oh, we got aircraft coming in. Okay, Bacchus, enjoy your match. Clear after the arriving aircraft. So we'll move out. So I'll take off. I climb up to 1,000 feet before we turn on course. Right, that's Kevin coming down now. And here we are. So flaps are set, lights are set. We are ready to go. Brakes set, engines to 40%. Engine stable, brakes released. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's live, 80 knots. It's V1. Rotate. Yeah, we're not that heavy. We're climbing up, positive rate. Gear up, speed brakes disarmed. There's 2,000 feet. Command A, LNAV, VNAV. Flight time is 6 hours, John Smith. 1,000 to go. Speed's coming up. Flaps 5. Flaps 1. There we are, 4,000 feet. So landing gear is up. Flaps are at flaps 1. Speed of 263. No, I want 255. Thank you very much. Or 250. Packs are on. Exterior lights, take off, turn off lights are off. Yeah, no problem, Dark. Just glad to have you in the chat. It's been a while. I know you've been busy. Alright. So down here at CLN 21, which is 21 miles from the Clacton VOR, we can climb to 5,000 feet. And we are following the SID, as I went through in the briefing. APU is confirmed off. I still got those dome lights on. I did. Ooh, we're into the cloud. It's outside temperature 4 degrees. Should be fine. Two miles, and then we can climb to 5,000. And this keeps us under the approaching aircraft heading into Heathrow. Dark, you think this is long? You should see some of these legs. I was looking at the schedule coming up. I think there's a 15-hour leg that I saw. Alright, so we're going to go up to 5,000 feet now. Thousand to go. Interesting, she just blows right through it. At D13, which is coming up, we can head up to 6,000 feet. So tomorrow night we're back on the world tour, heading from Seoul, Korea to Omura in Japan. The 4.7 can, but with a really limited payload. So it may require a fuel stop. Alright, we're through 13, so we can head up to 6,000 feet. There's the other guys behind us. good. At least the weather's clearing down here by the coast. We have 6 miles to go. When we make the turn, we can head in our initial climb to flight level 350 and let the aircraft do its thing. Right, again, as you can see, we're drawing off the main tanks. And then once the main tanks get down to the same number as the, let me just get a better view here. Once the main tanks equal the inboard mains equal the outboard mains, we switch over so that each engine is drawing off their own set, and that sorts out the fuel burn issues. Wish we could split the FMSs, but we can't do that yet. All right, right turn coming up. Start cranking in flight level 350. No space between the French and the toast there, Johnston. One word. All right, there's 350. Flight level change. We'll get her climbing. We'll go back over to VNAV and just let the aircraft take us up the cruise. Alright, since we're stable and climbing up in cruise, we'll bring the flaps all the way up now. Oh no, it's okay. It's just the way the command was. It's looking for a single command word. So, I have to run those things together. Let's get the map up. So you can see where we are. There's 10,000 feet, so landing lights will come off. Turn off lights are off. Taxi light is off. Everything is good there. Just through transition. APU is off. Standard pressure. Now we just climb out. No, check the drinks list. There's, I don't think there's orange juice on there. All right, we've left the departure. We're en route now as we head out over the channel and then head towards the Belgian coast. So just to review our schedule, on Mondays we are continuing the world tour. Everything is going well there. As you saw a little while ago, we are currently in Seoul, Korea. We're flying into southern Japan tomorrow. On Tuesdays, when I'm available, we'll be continuing the helicopter tour. We're currently down in Shoreham, and we'll be carrying on from there, and I'm flying the Bell 47 helicopter. Wednesdays, it is our tour of England. Hello, Rob. Good morning to you. How's your snow levels down there? Are you getting those big storms that are rolling through? So we have Wednesdays in the DC-3 as we do our tour of England. Fridays, we're carrying on with our Aurora flights and crisscrossing back and forth across North America out of Vancouver. Saturdays and Sundays are again when availables. Saturdays are generally our Ward Air flights, and we're flying the old A310 in Ward Air colors as we fly the old Ward Air routes. We recently had a long one yesterday. We flew back from Honolulu to Toronto. It was a 9-hour flight. That was a long one. No on the snow, really. I've had snow for too many years. I'm done with it. Looks nice, but it's a pain. And then Sundays, we are alternating between the new F1 series that we're running here, where we'll be supporting the F1 series for all their events throughout the year, and on off weekends we'll be flying our DHL cargo runs around the world. So that is all coming up as well. We got a bit of a strong wind out of the left, so we got quite the crab angle here as we fly our route. Our track to our heading is quite divergent there, almost 10 degrees. Well, yeah, I mean, I can see where you'd miss it if you're down in the islands and you never have it, but I spent a lot of time out in the snow over my life and career, and nope, I'm not a winter person. So we got a good rate of climb, almost 2,500 feet per minute as we head up to flight level 350. The guys out in the back. There's Nick climbing up, and there's Kevin as well. So fairly busy out over southern England today. And then of course, as we look out towards Europe, a lot of aircraft over there as well. There's that Concorde Cherokee that took off. Oh boy. Multiplayer model matching. I don't even think it's a thing anymore. Alright, so we're gonna range out. Okie! How you doing? What, we can go 640? Yeah, we'll go to 640. Well, I mean, look, this A320 flying like a fighter. Are we going to see you tomorrow night, Okie? How you doing anyway? Alright, so we got about 11,000 feet till we get up into cruise. There's the European coast coming up. See it out the window there. We are going to make a bit of a left turn and then head in on a more of an angle and cross over just at the France-Belgium border. There's 10,000 to go. Hungover-ish? Well, that's good. So after England on our Wednesday night multiplayer series in the DC3s, we're going to be heading over to the US for a series. Again, flying old vintage airplanes. But it should be a... I'm going to turn that range in one notch. It should be a an interesting one. I've got it all worked out, so that'll be a good one to see, good one to do. Okay, tomorrow we are leaving Seoul, Incheon Airport in just outside Seoul, South Korea, and we are heading to Amuro, Japan, which I believe is just outside Nagasaki. So we're heading into southern Japan. And as Kevin will tell you, we saw the sun starting to come up when we were landing in Seoul. So it looks like we're almost at the point where we're going to be seeing sunrises now. We saw the sky lightening and color coming in as we were descending into Seoul. So yeah, we're getting closer to seeing sunrise as we land and then flying in daytime again. All right, 6,000 to go. So just going to do a quick calculation. Once we're in cruise, I'll roughly work out how long it'll be before we're back for the approach and landing. We could. I don't think we're going to see ATC again until we're into the States. I think we've got 3 legs in Japan. I think we're doing the south to the middle, middle to the north. South to the middle, middle to the north. And then I think we're heading from there over to the Aleutian Islands. So we may start seeing ATC when we get out towards Alaska. Unless there's some early bird who wants to be up at, what would they be? Day ahead? Day behind. It'd be a day ahead. So unless somebody's doing ATC at like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. Oh, you never know. Yeah, I've been thinking about bypassing that stop just because of all the stuff going on in the world. We can bypass it. It creates a 4-hour leg. 1,000 to go. Yeah, not sure. I think we probably are going to bypass it. So yeah, it'll be a longer leg on that one as we skip it. All right, engines are rolling back. The aircraft is getting stable here at cruise speed. Nice high cruise, 8.3. All right, so given our ground speed of 438 and the winds in the direction we're going to be heading, I'm gonna rough it out at 450 ground speed. So if we use a 450 ground speed, won't let me do it over there. Let me move over here. All right, so this is to go 2728. Let me pull up the calculator. Let's call it 2700. Divided by 450. Yeah, fair enough. 2700. I'm gonna take 80, so 26. Call it 2600 divided by 450. So in about 5 hours we'll be back for the descent and landing, and we'll go from there. But we're going to end the stream here. Obviously, we'll keep the flight going. If you come over to the Discord, I've got a channel set up to chat in, and it will allow us to just keep communicating while we're in flight, and then I'll be restarting the stream once we're, as I said, about 80 miles out from top of descent. We'll go over the briefing and the arrival. This will also allow me to do some stuff and not sit babysitting the stream. So, thank you all very much for joining us for our departure on leg one of our F1 support series. We will see you in about 5 hours as we get ready for our arrival into Bahrain. So I'll leave you with a nice view. Thanks very much. We'll see you in a little while.